You know that feeling when you're on vacation, but you're not really on vacation? You're at the beach, your phone's face down, and you're still thinking about the client you didn't sign, the follow up you forgot, and the things that will fall apart the moment you stop watching. Real estate agents check their text at dinner because a lead might have come in. Financial coaches who can't take a week off because their intake processes stop the moment that they do. And tax strategists whose off season never feels like an off season. That's not a workload problem, that's a perspective problem. You don't have a business. You have a job you can't quit. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan. I build AI systems for wealth professionals, and in this video, I'll show you exactly why you're stuck. I'll give you the reframe that changes how you see your role, and I'll leave you with one question you can ask Claude today that starts the shift. The vacation that isn't vacation, or your Sundays feeling like another Monday. In the long run, you're going to get burnt out because none of your breaks actually feel like breaks. There are real estate agents who end up putting their phone down, face down on the dinner table, only to pick it up 4 minutes later because if they missed a lead text, they would never get it. The financial coach who books a weekend off and spends the first 2 days mentally running through every client who might need something while they're gone. The tax strategist for whom the off season is just a different kind of anxiety, not the pressure of a deadline season, but the dread of knowing it's coming again and nothing has changed. The sales coach who teaches their clients to follow up 7 times, but is manually chasing their own prospects at 10 p.m. The issue is that the business is always on, even when they're not supposed to be. And that's what the main issue is. According to a survey, 85% of small business owners work while on their vacation, and 70% work on holidays. This isn't exceptional, it's the norm. And the question that they probably ask themselves is this what it means to run a business? Most people assume they're trapped because of what they do. Too many clients, too many tasks, not enough hours to do everything. And that's wrong. That's just the surface reading. The real trap is how they see their role. They've become the business instead of building one. Let's draw the distinction here. An operator is someone who runs the business through and through. An architect is someone who builds the systems the business runs on. As a founder, you start as both, but eventually you quietly shift to just being the operator. And most people don't even notice that. And the business didn't do it to them. The default did. No one teaches you how to step back. Everyone just says to work harder, hire faster, and to push through the chaos. According to Probert Capital Research, 83% of founders already know that working more hours stops working past a point. And yet, the hours keep climbing because they don't have an alternative framework. They only know one mode, and that mode is just to work more. When you're the operator, you can't see the system. You're too close. Everything feels urgent. Every decision flows through you, and you lose the ability to observe. And observation is where all the leverage is. What if you could step outside your business and have a conversation with it? Not metaphorically, but actually. What would it tell you if it could talk back to you? Because remember, your business has patterns, it has signals, the same bottlenecks that keep appearing, the same tasks that eat away hours every week, the same clients needing the same things, and the same questions getting asked over and over again. It's all there. You've just been too busy to stop and look. Your business is a system. Systems have needs, patterns, and signals. And systems can be observed, understood, and improved, but only from the outside. The problem was never the hours, it was the vantage point. You can't read the label from inside the jar. Every founder knows this intellectually. You know this. But you don't really know the practical way of getting outside. And that's where we get into the solution. For the first time, there is something that can hold the entire picture of your business and reflect it back to you. It's not a consultant. Those are expensive, external, and gone after the engagement. It's not an employee. Those need managing, onboarding, and context setting every time. It's something different. It's a thinking partner that never forgets, never loses context, and is always available at 11 p.m. on a Sunday when the dread hits. And I'm talking about AI. What AI actually does here isn't just the work. It gives you the distance to see clearly, and that's the unlock. Let's draw the contrast on how most people use AI. They open ChatGPT, they ask a question, they get an answer, they copy it and paste it, and they close the tab. That's level 1. This is something else entirely. When you set up Claude correctly, you can give it the full picture of your business. Your role, your tasks, your recurring bottlenecks, your team, your goals, and it can ask you questions that you haven't thought of yourself. According to Sage Research in 2025, small businesses lose the equivalent of 2 full working days every month to financial admin alone. And that's before everything else. The system already knows where your time is going. You just haven't had a way to service it. Everything so far has been the why. But here's the one question on what to do today. It's not a tool, so you don't need to install anything. It's not a system to build or a course to buy. All you need to do is ask Claude this. I am going to describe my business to you. As I do, ask me follow-up questions until you understand where my time really goes, and then tell me what you see. That's it. Just paste that into Claude. Here's what will happen. Claude's going to ask you about your week. It's going to ask you about your recurring tasks and where your decisions stall. What only you can do. It's going to reflect patterns back to you that you've normalized and stopped noticing. That conversation is the first time most founders have ever stopped and stepped outside of the jar. It won't fix everything, and it's not supposed to, but it will show you what you've been too close to see. And that's going to change how you work from that point on. The shift from operator back to architect doesn't happen all at once. It starts with this conversation. That question is going to get you started. It's going to open the door. But if you want the full framework, the structured interview process that turns all of that conversation into an actionable automation roadmap, that's the next video. It'll be called Why Most Founders Automate the Wrong Things First. Be sure to look out for it. It'll give you a step-by-step AI interview that extracts exactly where your time goes. It's going to score every task by impact and automatability, and it's going to tell you what to tackle first in the right order. But as I mentioned, if you want to start that conversation today, the question is on screen. Screenshot it, copy it, and use it today. And if you want me to run through that conversation with you personally, that's exactly what I do on my free AI discovery call. 30 minutes, completely free, no strings attached. Link is in the description. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I post regularly showing practical videos on building AI systems that actually run your business. Not theory, what's working right now. Thanks for watching.